Hey everybody, welcome back to Football Talk with Vinny, and in today's video, we are finally done with the series. This is the last and final team in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So obviously with the series wrapping up, it was a lot of work, right, having to research all these teams. A lot of fun though as well, getting to really go deep into the offseason and see who signed where, and also just what do I think about which teams and how their off seasons went. Obviously, you are a fan of particular teams, so having to research some teams are not as fun as others. But we definitely got through it, and if you've watched all these videos, I really appreciate that as well. This one may be one of the quickest videos, even with this longer intro. So with the offseason, we'll go into free agents that they lost. The answer is none. They brought back all 22 starters. Again, that is a first for a Super Bowl champ. You usually lose some guys. Most of the time when you win a Super Bowl, the players that are free agents, they get way more money on another team than they get from their current team, because a lot of those teams say, oh, we're paying for the Super Bowl experience. So they pay those players more than they should pay them, but they just want the fact that they want a ring. They want them in their culture. Not losing anyone, obviously that means for the re-signees is pretty much every guy that was a free agent, from Chris Godwin to JPP and everyone else. In terms of additions, the only thing I saw that was meaningful is they added Giovanni Bernard. He might get some snaps if there is an injury at the running back position, but again, when you bring back all 22, there's not much that needs to be added. So we'll get right into the draft. At pick 32, they took an outside linebacker in Joe Tyron. Again, you don't really have any needs for this team, so you're really just drafting, and I like the fact that you took that player because a lot of your pass rushers are getting older in JPP, so you do want to find an eventual replacement for him. At pick 64, you took a quarterback in Kyle Trask, Green Bay Packers. If you're watching out there, this is how you do it, right? They took a quarterback in the second round, not the first, so there was zero media coverage on this guy coming in and being the heir apparent to Tom Brady, right? And the fact that he was taken in the second is the reason why, right? Because there's not this pressure that he's a first round pick and he has to start. Obviously, it's a very good pick. Brady's 44 years old. So again, if he sits behind Brady for 1 or 2 or maybe 3 seasons and he's able to get the starting job as soon as Brady's done, that's great for them, because you're kind of trying to build for the future with also acknowledging that you're ready to win now. Then at pick 95, you took an offensive tackle in Robert Hainsley. And then again, let me go over the rest of the draft. They're all outside the top 100. Pick 129, took a receiver in Jalen Darren. At pick 176, you took a linebacker in KJ Britt. 251, you took a cornerback in Chris Wilcox. And 259, you took a linebacker in Grant Stewart. So again, if you just focus in on those top 3 picks, you have an outside linebacker, quarterback of the future, and an offensive tackle. I don't really think any of them are going to play really at all. Obviously, the quarterback is definitely not going to play. The outside linebacker may get rotational snaps in, especially like as a pass rush, edge rusher kind of type player. But again, if you're the Bucs and you bring back all your starters and you're coming off a Super Bowl victory, what more can you really ask for? In terms of the predictions for the season itself, obviously they are predicted to win their division. I think a lot of people are, kind of projecting them to win 14, 15, 16 ball games. I'm not really as high on that number, because for me, it's like this is the same team that was 11-5 last year and needed to win like 4 or 5 games down the stretch just to get into the playoffs. This is also the same team at their first playoff game against the Washington football team won a nail-biter against a backup quarterback starting the game. And I think this is kind of like the problem with the casual fan, right? I remember going into last year, everyone said, oh, the Baltimore Ravens are going to win the Super Bowl. They're the best team on paper. They're going to run away. And I'm like, I get it. They won 14 games the year before, but the offense that they ran, right? Teams now have a year to kind of, game plan for it. And, each year is just different, right? Even if you bring back the same guys, doesn't mean they're going to play at the same level. So, and obviously Brady, while Brady did play good last year, he had some moments where he threw some interceptions and some close ball games that cost them games. Now, obviously, I don't think they're going to miss the playoffs or anything like that. I definitely have them winning anywhere from 10 to 12 games. I just don't know if they're going to win 14 or 15. Like, people realize to win 14, 15 games, that means you're only able to lose 2 or 3. I think every team in their division is a good team, right? The Saints are still a loaded team, even without Drew Brees. I think the Falcons, I think they're an underrated team. I think Carolina, they won a bunch of games last year with a very young football team. They could be very good next year, especially if Sam Darnold could come in there and play well and Christian McCaffrey doesn't get hurt. I think their division is actually a little underrated. I think it's a lot better than people think. But again, that finally wraps up all the teams in this series. Finally did the predictions and the off seasons for every team. Just in time too, I know the preseason is literally right around the corner. The Cowboys and the Steelers, oddly enough, play the first game in the Hall of Fame game on the 5th. I hope I have all these videos edited and out before then, but if not, hopefully it will be very soon before you see this, maybe a day or two after the preseason games. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like the video, make sure to hit the like button. And again, if you've seen all the videos, I really appreciate you out there. Again, it's a lot of work to kind of do these videos and do all the editing process and post them and do the research required to know who was signed and where who went and look at the money and the cap situation. So I really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to watch these videos. But that's going to wrap it up. Obviously, I look for more videos during the preseason, and obviously once we get into the regular season, I'm going to be doing more videos as well. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to the next one. Bye.